Hi everyone, Schoolhouse Intuitive here. I'm here for the Libra Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Ascendant, our Sun Rising. Let's get started and see what we have for March 2025. This is a general tarot reading for March 2025, and we'll go over money, personal life stuff, love, relationships, career, life purpose, all the good stuff. Spirit will give us advice. We'll get angel numbers and animal cards as well. And your first card out is Aquamarine. Change, tides, and flow. What do you know? This is actually a really nice color for March because, aquamarine is the birthstone for March. So we will be in Pisces season, and then we'll be entering into Aries at the end of March, towards the end of March. So what else do we have? We will look closely at these cards in just a moment. This is the what is it? It's the color casting goddess. No, one second. It's the color goddess casting cards. Color goddess casting cards deck by Renee A. Birch. Beautiful deck. Love using it. Oh my goodness, more green. Well, what do you know? Also, first day of spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. Anyway, so nice green spring color. So mint, daydream, fantasy, and imagination. All right. And you had Scorpio energy on this card. I didn't mention that, but sometimes she's put the little zodiac symbol in the card. So most of the time, actually, it'll be on the door. So something changing. Okay. But I am getting this kind of like being in your, almost like a real dreamy sort of energy too. Like, I think we're really going to need to stay grounded in March. I always say we need to stay grounded, though, right? We do, though. I mean, it's true. We really do. Because the thing with March is we actually have a lot going on astrologically. Like, when do we don't? When do we not, right? So we're going to have two eclipses, a lunar on the 14th, as well as a solar on the 29th. This is, transformative energy here. There's a bit of a duality here this month coming in. Be your individual self, Libras. And what else did I write down? I wrote down Venus return. Okay, so we have Venus in retrograde, actually, all of March. This could affect the love life, the relationships in general. Doesn't have to just be romantic love, but I do get this sort of air that things could be miscommunicated, misconstrued. So we want to be very careful in messages we're sending, verbal or nonverbal even messages. So just, knowing how we appear to the world is going to be important, and how we're being interpreted, as well as making sure it aligns with how we want to be seen and heard and understood. Okay, so I'm also getting something about allergies here. Allergies to pollen, actually, specifically, because they're bringing me this card and they're being like, "Lest you sneeze." Anyway, I'm getting the name Kendra right now, and I also heard McCormick. Let's see what else we have. Peach. Beauty, comfort, and serenity. Ooh, be very calming colors. So I feel like, there could be this, again, this sort of dreaminess as far as March, but I also get that some of us are going to be kind of wanting to escape reality in some ways, have to be honest. So we want to be mindful of that. On the bottom of the deck, you have lemon, clean, fresh, and new. I love that. You know what? That's another thing that keeps coming up for us. Lemon. Swan, lotus, and lemon have been coming up a lot lately. I've been noticing them in the cards, in outside of the cards. So that is, swan. Well, they all have to do kind of with newness. They can, in a way, have to do with newness and freshness and something blooming and blossoming. If it's the swan, it could be about, new love, but it's mostly, the swan would be more like you becoming more enlightened when it comes to something or situation. I feel like with eclipses, particularly in March, things are going to be becoming obvious to some of us. Maybe things that were hidden will come out. So I do feel there could be this fresh new start in March. a fresh new start of something. You have 444 on the timer. So I will actually get that card out for you. 444, angel number, and it is a sign you are guided and protected. Angels watch over you with encouragement. For a lot of you, this is about new beginnings. This is about closing a chapter, though. Before we can have that new beginning, we have to close the door to something else. This is a transformative month. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. I'm getting that you can, yes, you can certainly expect the unexpected in this month, but at the same time, it's like we keep being encouraged to look on the bright side, look on get that lemony fresh sunshine energy, right? Beauty, comfort, serenity, feeling good about yourself, where you are, being comfortable in your surroundings and who you're with is going to be even more important than it usually is, because there could be a little bit of a discomfort in the month of March. It could be like things aren't moving forward maybe as you planned. There could be delays. There could be, again, as I was getting, like, expect the unexpected here. There could be something, especially with those eclipses, really. And let's see, what else did I write? Something else down? Yeah, I'm just getting clear. You want to be getting clear on something. I think you will be getting your clarity. So there could be truth revealed. There could be something hidden comes to light. And it could be something that you maybe thought you were done with, over with, whatever, and it comes back up to the surface with Venus retrograde. It could be a relationship of some kind. Doesn't have to be romantic. Could be anyone or anything, really. Okay. So, or even some past healing that you're like, hey, I thought I was done with this, and then it kind of comes back up to the surface. That could happen, but please be kind to yourself if that does happen. That does not mean that all the work you've done has been undone either, by the way. So let's get some of these Zodiac 108 cards by Intuit Oracle. And tell us more about March, please. If you remember when I did the 2025 reading on this channel, that for Libras, it was a long reading. It's like an hour and 42 minutes or something. What we did is we looked at each month twice, once through, and then we went back over and looked at it again. And what March had was, it was holding your vision was the theme. Okay. So holding your vision in March, and you had the Knight of Pentacles, makes me think of step-by-step action and planning, and maybe, having go your own way with something. It also was a reminder to keep the faith, remain invested in yourself, and in your dreams. And it had the Six of Swords, which is certainly moving on. So I do feel you're like clearing the way for something new. What or who are you clearing the path for? Maybe yourself. Okay. Kerosene and fish hook. Okay, this does make me feel with the kerosene as though we certainly need to get rid of some things. We have accelerate, ignite. Could be a volatile situation, something combustible, okay, metaphorically speaking. So the Aries energy card 7, something could accelerate. It could be something, underneath change. This could be fast change for you in March, but at the same time, I'm getting this air of like delays too. So it's this interesting mix, which, eclipse months always are. So card 8, Aquarius energy, fish hook. You could be feeling vulnerable. You could be feeling as though, you could be feeling tempted. You could be feeling, the word they use is like paralyzed. Maybe it's like analysis paralysis. You could be feeling more vulnerable. But on the other side of this could be something about, catching good luck, a harvest in some way, abundance. Yeah. Multiplication principle here, prosperity. So there's really, and this is actually a rainbow trout too, I believe. So there's the rainbow, there's the fish, and I just saw 444 on the actual time here that I'm doing this reading is now 444. So this card on the top of the deck keeps moving. I'll put it down, and there it goes, right? So you have spiritual work, connect with air to create movement. How ironic, the deck was moving on its own, and then we have, connect with air to create movement. So you're going to want to be tuning into your air element, right? You're going to want to be using your mind, but also tuning in spiritually for the messages. Anyone else want to come out right now? No. Oh, okay. Did you see the tiny bit of movement? What else do we have then? Mental wellness. So manage your stress and your anxious thoughts. Okay. And look, you'll notice similar colors here to the aquamarine. I do want to go over these cards when I do want to go over the cards, the color cards more. I just dropped other cards though. We'll pick those up. But hey, now is a great time to hit the like button if you enjoy this video, so you don't forget. Okay. All right. So aquamarine, yeah, changes, tides, and flow. So you have water stuff going on here and water stuff going on here. So take time to have fun. Something's about to set sail, I'm getting. Okay. There's keep calm. They're saying keep calm. You got to keep calm. There's something here. Yes, with the aquamarine can be a pretty calming stone too, actually. And it has the little bit of green and has the blue. So I get that there could be, you honestly just you might want to hold off on some of the love talks this month. Like if things aren't moving forward in a love situation, or remember you have Venus in retrograde. We all have Venus in retrograde the whole month, all the way to like April 11th or something. Okay, so we need to, when it comes to the relationships, it could just be trickier to maneuver this month. Okay, so just do remember that, and it may mean giving something a little more time or something. Another message that came through though is do not ignore the red flags in March. Okay, so I was getting that too. I just saw 11:11 on the timer. Let's get some tarot cards though. I find it really awesome, honestly, that these cards wanted to come out. The what am I trying to say? The cards, the oh my goodness, I'm spacing out here on this because I'm getting I'm getting Kelly, and then I was getting something like almost a name like, because remember earlier I heard Kendra, then I'm getting Kelly. I was like getting like Kendrason or Kendricks. So there's other names. Okay. Oh, what do we have? Hermit card. Some of you may be learning how to use the Lenormand deck, or you may be a Lenormand card reader yourself. What I was going to say earlier, though, before I was getting names and things, is that it reminds, some of you need to replace your pillow or something, or a mattress. So I do channel, if you haven't noticed, if you haven't viewed me before, I do channel throughout the reading. So I will be getting like kind of input, that's kind of like and now this just in. So that happens throughout the reading. If you find that distracting, I'm sorry, but that's how I read, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so I thought it was interesting. These cards came out on their own. The spiritual work, connecting with air, and then managing your stress. It's very important. And then again, going along with this blue green kind of aquamarine color, you now have the Hermit card. So this is okay. The name Victoria and Victor are coming in. A lot of names and things coming in. Okay. So with the Hermit card, going within, the star within. This is Virgo energy. You'll notice that they don't need that lantern, right? The lantern, usually the Hermit's holding the lantern, but they're actually, this one, they left it down here, and they're actually ascending and seeing just fine on their own. So you could be looking at outside sources for information and clarity and things, and you might actually need to go more inward. All right. You could also feel like hermiting yourself here in March for whatever reason. There could be a lot going on. We're going to be very mindful. We're going to need to be very mindful about what we're ingesting and allowing into our energy, including news and even other people. And Queen of Pentacles. Okay, nice resourceful energy here. This is giving it all it got and giving it all you've got and doing it. What are they? They're listening. Hang on. Doing whatever it takes. All right. So you're giving it all you've got and doing whatever it takes is one of the themes here coming up this month. Okay. That's not generally what this card means. That is, a channeled message for this moment, and making sure you're making space and time for yourself. They're asking you to take another look at your resources, time, energy, money. There may be something creative to do in order to save money, or a creative approach at a project that you haven't yet thought of. Get out into nature and use your imagination to allow yourself to fantasize, to daydream. Yeah, there it's almost like a reset, like an energetic reset. So that's what we have for this sort of daydreamy energy, a lot of earth sign energy, as you can see, coming out. So let's actually now go into the Zodiac Oracle for mint. Minty, it's the daydream fantasy, the castle. It's like a building sand castles. I heard Rachel, by the way. I actually saw it too, and it's Rachel. It's the kind without the A. Interesting. Okay. I mean, it could be with an A, but what I saw was without the E. Or sorry, without the A. Okay, dice, card 2, Sagittarius energy. So taking a risk. There's potential here. Some of you want to know what's going to happen next, what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and what. We don't know sometimes. We have to be okay with the missing steps. They're not missing, they're just not here yet. Okay, so something it's like we may have to take a chance on something before having all the information. That's often how life goes, but you know that. You know, you don't need me to tell you that. You also have dynamite. My goodness, you have kerosene, dynamite. That's, you know, action here. You have fiery energy here, card 5, literal fire. There's a spark. There's a spark of hope. There's a spark of inspiration this month. Very much Ace of Wands kind of energy. Get inspired and get going. Take action. This is also, it's a catalyst for change. There's something to, you could, again, unexpected, sudden, something you hear could startle you. Okay, you could really be startled by something you hear this month. All right. You know, it doesn't have to be a bad thing, but I know some of us are like, uh-oh, wait, what what else are we going to possibly hear? But you know, well, there's more to come. Page of Wands, more fiery energy. So, you know, initially when I was tuning into when I was tuning into the month of March, I was thinking, oh, you know, I'm not sure a whole lot's going to really happen if people are going to really like act on their plans this month. But it looks like, though some of us may be in suspense for a lot of March, I do feel that March is a catalyst for change. It's also a march to the beat of your own drum sort of feeling here. I'm actually hearing that clairaudiently. And this is, you know, kind of just giving it all you've got again. And a message. I said something about, you know, a spark of inspiration or whatever, but there's this message of inspiration that you're going to be getting. And it's unlike something else. You haven't really necessarily been considered. You haven't considered this. Oh my. You have the Queen of Wands. This card comes in our readings all the time. Queen of Wands. You're probably sick of me saying it. Nothing stops a Queen of Wands, but it is so true, right? Nothing stops the Queen of Wands. And what does she have in her hand? She has that spark from the Ace of Wands, okay? So you have all these people too. Every single card so far now features, you know, people doing their thing. It's interesting because there's going to be a time in March when you're going to need to be still and quiet. There's going to be a time in March when you're going to be needing to take action and really use your voice and dance and do what you need to do, put things in action. So you're going to have sort of a planning phase in March where you're maybe learning and studying and growing and meditating and getting in the garden and all that with this Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles, very grounded, earthy energy and on their own, you know. And then you're also going to have this action with dynamite. Roll the dice, they're saying, right? Roll the dice. Go after the fantasy, the daydream. Make it once upon a time. Make now be the time, right? There's a once in a lifetime opportunity for some of you. Absolutely. I feel like you might not get full indication of that in March, but you could. You may already have it. Then a whole lot might not be going on with it in March. But then April comes and it's like full steam ahead, okay? Because I do get a little bit of lag in March, almost like there's stuff's moving forward, but it's like, you know, think of it like when you get like something's lagging, like on the screen or something. It's an interesting energy like that. It's almost like we have to catch up with time or something in March. It's a really interesting energy. But something could be definitely you might get flooded with creation, ideas, creativity. Okay, lots of it. Really, I mean, I cannot. I mean, the energy right now off these cards is incredible because, like I said, you have dynamite and Queen of Wands and Page of Wands. Oh my goodness! By the way, some of you have an uncle who has a birthday right now. All right. So happy birthday to your uncle, either in spirit or here, but I do have uncle coming in. So that could be a sign for some of you, okay? And then they're giving me a name. They're saying like newbie or Newton or something, and I heard Charles. I just heard Charles. All right. So we have the Emperor here. Okay. So again, Aries energy. I love you're getting these Aries cards when it in fact is Aries season. So far, my friends, you have two Earth sign cards, one air with this Aquarius, and then you have Aries, Sag, Leo, and now Aries. You have the Queen of Wands, the Page of Wands, more fiery energy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have justice. Are you kidding me? Again, a month of balance. And I realize you didn't see that card. Like you didn't see me flip it. But if you watch me, you know I kind of have a habit of like shuffling. Something will fall out or I'll take one. Then I look at the bottom. And so that's what happened there. You know, you'd have to take my word for it. I'm not making things up, or I'd have all the cards laid out like some readers do, right? I shuffle real time. So please know that. All right. I've had comments left about, oh, well, you didn't shuffle that one card on camera. Well, too bad. I'm sorry. But, I'm not trying to be mean about it, but it's like, you got to give me a break here. I mean, there's a lot to be thinking about when I'm doing these readings and I'm not a con artist. So thanks, but no thanks. Okay. Anyway, whoa, where did that come from, right? A little spice there, huh? So this is kind of the energy of March. Like there's the facts of life, the take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have March 2025. Okay. I'm referencing the theme song to that song, to the show Facts of Life from the 80s. Things can come out in unexpected ways, or there's going to be this like reverse order to things. Like I said, I'm getting sort of this lagging. I look at the clock right now here and I see 4, 5, 6. So it's like we want to move forward, right? We want to, but I'm not so sure the world is even caught up to where we are right now. Okay. There's just something really interesting here about this. It's like we want to go, we want to go. It's sort of the hurry up and wait energy. So there could be some of that. Try your best to not get too frustrated with it. We have the Emperor here underneath that: beauty, comfort, serenity. And we also have the Justice card. So your vision is going to be your best friend. Your vision. Like I said, you're going to get a lot of intuitive information. Pay attention to the dreams. I say that a lot, but I am not even kidding. Please pay attention to your dreams and write it down. Write it down just how you remember it, because sometimes there's going to be key details that you're going to miss, omit, or add that aren't actually part of the dream. So just write it as very matter of fact what you observed. If you felt something, great, feel it. If you heard a random name, great, just write it down. Then maybe separately you can reflect on it. But the reason I'm telling you this is there's something about the flavor of March that, again, with communication, you want to make sure that really things that you're paying attention to things that are truthful, and that's that. Like, not, so you don't want to be tricked or fooled or have someone putting their spin on it, right, as the world always does. But you want to make sure that you can really rely on your source, but you also want to be relying on yourself as your number one source, because you know what happened with a certain situation. Write it down. So they're telling me document things this month. Okay. If something feels fishy or you're seeing a red flag or something, write it down. Okay. Because then if you're finding yourself making lists on things, then it's a pattern. They're giving me something about though, back to the dreams. Don't try not to add your what it might mean in your actual like reporting. So basically play journalist or play reporter when it comes to your dreams. Keep the diary, the journal. This is if you really want to be doing some dream work and you want to get some really powerful, even prophetic messages in your dreams. Write it down. I was, riding on a bus. I looked down and my hands were not my own. I looked at the clock. It was 8:18. The person behind me sneezed. I heard someone call out, David, David, you missed your stop. And then I noticed as I looked out the window, a puff of smoke, and then I heard a bird crow, or crow caw. So just report, write it down as much as you remember from your dream. That's pretend, right? Then go back and write a separate reflection on what that might mean, or just like let it bounce around. Because sometimes what we have a tendency to do with our dreams or in other things is we add our own, well, it could mean this. We start to analyze things. And sometimes we need to just like let it be. And in time, you will see. And that's a big message for March too. With some things and some people in some situations, you're going to need to let it be and let it unfold. Let it be, and then you will see. As sometimes Spirit will give me rhymes. They're saying, let it be, and then you will see. Okay. So that's one key piece of information from Spirit. Okay. These are all like, important. Like, I mean, I would say they're like critical reminders or messages right now, because it feels as though there's quite an array, a mixed bag, if you will, of precipitation of like typical in March, but of different things happening, different energies, and it's going to be so important to find your way through the noise, okay, the muck, if you will. All right. And really be that truth finder, that investigator that you can be. All right. And really, again, relying on your own knowledge, wisdom, and experience with certain things. Okay, with the Emperor card here, paired with justice. So we have a very centered, grounded energy. Like, yes, we could go this way or that way. We may be pulled in different directions, but we're going to want to make sure that you're coming from a place of peace, and that you're not adding details that actually don't belong, because what could happen is you could misinform yourself. So we want to make sure that we're as much as we can being subjective. I'm sorry, objective, not being subjective. It's not about like, what we feel or what we think, even with our own dreams. It's not like that. When you just initially report it, write it down, because what you might find is if you then go and you analyze it, maybe you'll analyze it wrong. But if you just leave the details on one page and then analyze it on a separate page, you will have the facts there, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I forgot that actually turned out to then mean this. So there's something here about the stories we're telling ourselves, about the information that's being provided to us. Okay. I know that it's a roundabout way that I'm giving this message, but that's the energy. Okay. It's all I can do is deliver it the best I can. Okay. With the energy itself. It's sometimes very hard to put into human language what I'm getting. Okay. It's another language, really, honestly. It's not even an organized language, really, that I'm trying to interpret and deliver. So if you could just like, what does that mean to you? You may want to come back and reference this reading, even because I could be saying stuff now. It makes literally no sense. Come March 18th, you might go, oh, wait a minute. I think I remember this. And then so now, no, I'm not just trying to get you to watch my video again, but thanks. Yeah, so you may also want to revisit the speaking of getting you to watch my videos, though, you may actually really want to check in on the 2025 reading for Libras. Also, on my second channel, Schoolhouse Messages, I do readings very much like these here. I just do them over there for all signs. So I still read for Libras. I usually break it up into elements. So I'll do a collective reading, and within there, there'll be the 4 elements. And then I'll pull signs specific to each element towards the end, or specific each sign towards the end of the element. So you could get a different perspective on some of the same energy I'm delivering here. I'm just getting a different point of view, maybe, on that other channel. So it's Schoolhouse Messages, and I'd really appreciate it if you would check it out as another way to kind of get clarity on some of the things I'm saying here. Okay. Card 7 here says within a few days. So the situation or event in question will develop or unfold in a matter of days. Yeah, it's important to have a plan. I mean, we have this under the Emperor here. There's some planning that needs to take place here before we have this this it's again, it's like a little bit of a suspense. Like March might keep us in a little bit of a suspense, but then it kind of like takes off. Again, maybe because we have the lunar eclipse in the middle of the month, March 14th, we'll have like this big reveal. Could be a big reveal coming. Could be your own enlightenment. But there is something here about something delivered, and the way it's delivered, again, it may not sit right with you. And things, it's important that things do sit well with you. You don't have to agree with it, but it's important that like you're clear, because there's going to be a lot of other distractions again. Okay, we're going to get, our attention could be pulled in different directions. So we're going to want to have the focus of the Emperor, of the Queen of Wands, the centeredness and groundedness of the Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles, and and the truth seeking of the Justice card, the clarity, the giving yourself again, like you want to have like kind of a bird's eye view on things, right? And not get too sucked into different things. Okay. We want to avoid going to extremes. And you have tandem bicycle, again, like avoid going to extremes here, because there's the harmony. Okay. There's something here about hook, because we have hook up right on this card, but then we also have the hook that you had at the very beginning on this other card. Okay, so there is something trying to like hook your attention, or you're trying to hook into something. Or just again, it's like, be careful what you sink your teeth into, what you really feed yourself, literally and figuratively, this month. I'm not a health person, I'm not a health professional. Okay, so but there is something, being careful about where your information is coming from, where your food's coming from. There's just like, pay attention to things like that. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but I'm going to deliver the news. That's what I'm doing here, delivering the cosmic news. So, as spiritual news. There's a partnership potentially, and there's a focus on equality, and on equity. All right. So collaboration. Okay, something being aligned, um, joining forces. Okay, I've been getting this message lately too about finding your tribe, so to speak. Okay, so that's okay. So then we have this lemony, fresh, clean, and new. So you have two fruit. I noticed that three of these you can actually eat: mint, peach, and lemon. You can eat all of those. So there is something here about eating fresh may help you, trying to eat as fresh and local as possible. I know it can be expensive, but they're giving me this sort of like, sometimes some of you might need more like fruits and vegetables. Again, I'm not a nutritionist, but the energy I'm getting right now is you want to be trying to eat as clean as possible too. It could be the missing thing for you, like nutrition might be playing a role. So just again, work with a doctor or a nutritionist if you're thinking that's you. Okay, broken vase here. So card 5, Taurus. So this is like some sort of, I'm getting something that maybe you counted on, or that you thought was one way isn't going to be. Again, the unexpected. All right. So but that's, again, it doesn't have to actually be bad. And sometimes, when we have the 2 steps back, it's so that we can re-examine something, really take a much better look. And again, there's something here about being very I can't stress it enough. This is just what they're telling me. It's what I'm getting, is that it's important to be factual and to pay attention to the facts. The facts. Okay. So I don't know what it's in reference to. It'll vary for everybody. We're all different. We're all coming from different places in the world and experiences and all that. So, yes, it can have something to do with government. Sure, it could. It's near the Justice card, or some sort of institution, organization. So there could be something going on there. You may feel disappointed, or some sort of setback, or feeling stressed, but there could be some sort of change, or even a shift in something. Okay, so I'm getting that too. But focusing on what you can focus on in yourself and your home is going to be important. Anything you can do to shift the energy, to keep it, as I say, high vibing here. Let's get a high vibe oracle card from Becky Moore from the high vibe deck. My goodness, that's way too many. I'm not going to be using all of those right now. Let's see. Happy dance. Yay, happy dance. As I said, there will be times this month where you want to, where you're going to need to just sit back and take things in and be an observer and get a bird's eye view. And they're going to be, and be that, reporter. And then there's going to be other times where you're going to, you can get a little more, you're going to want to be dancing around the room maybe, but it's important to have a nice balance of both this month. So dance around the room with or without music, feel joy and happiness and shake your hips, dance. Raise your hands in the air and sway. Be excited about life and the opportunities that are coming your way. Oh, they rhymed there. It doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to feel good. So, raising your vibration by maybe moving, whatever you're allowed to do medically, of course. I know not everybody can be shaking their hips anymore and things like that, but if you can and it feels good, go for it, because we definitely need to be tuning into what brings us comfort and serenity, and tuning into the beauty of the situation too, and again the fresh new energy, and maybe like they're giving me this thing like, hey, maybe if a vase broke, or it breaks, then it's because you needed a new one anyway. There's something about it that we had to, it had to go anyway. Okay, maybe there was just something that was off about it to begin with. This could be a relationship, this could be, anything really. So just making room for the new. You make room for the new. Lemony fresh March. And we just had that reading too about making lemonade out of lemons, right? It was on this channel or the other channel, but it could have even been your career and money reading. If you haven't checked out your career and money reading, that is available. I posted that last week. So on this channel. Ooh, Black Widow. Ooh, okay. So it's a warning. Okay, so an unexpected low vibration situation, a twist to something. Card 3, Aquarius energy. Oh, and they are venomous, aren't they? I believe they are, the Black Widow. Yikes. But there's something, again, it's about you providing what you need. You and nature can provide, you, nature, and source, right? Can provide everything you need to get through just about everything. And so this is about not being controlled and you writing your own story, regardless of what's going on all around you. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have. Oh yes, now I'm hearing about Venus retrograde and how it could stir up, past relationships and loves. So be mindful of that. That could be another thing there. Someone might spin around and try to get you stuck in their web again. So making sure that. Oh well, there goes the candle. That's why I don't use real candles on the table. That, and I caught my cards on fire one time on camera. One fell into the flame. So anyway, so I can't use the real ones on here. So I make do with what I have. Another theme for March. All right. Make adaptations. Oh, King of Wands. Nice. You have the Knight of Wands. Still nice. Now you have the Page, the Queen, and the Knight. Okay, you have most of the wand court cards here. So, wow, look at that. And we just talked about happy dance, and this person's like all into it. The horse is in the background. This person is not tied down. They're able to be themselves. And isn't that awesome that we can, as I said before, march to the beat of our own drum? I believe I said that out loud anyway. So, again, a card of action, of passion, of drive. But then I'm getting now again, but again, remain balanced, like even if, it's like still, balance it out. Very much feeling Two of Pentacles. I am feeling that energy, the Two of Pentacles. Let's see what we have. They just said Hebrew. So Hebrew. Oh, Four of Pentacles. All right. Okay. So Four of Pentacles. This can be kind of like a closed off, like wanting to kind of close up your heart, because you'll notice that they're holding their possessions over their heart, and it's kind of like maybe not sharing of yourself, or feeling like you can't share your resources because this could be like a scarcity mindset. But let's see if there are any money blocks for us to address when it comes to or abundance. It could be an abundance block. It doesn't have to just be money. This is the Maruka X Money Blocks deck. But I find that the cards actually have to do with any area of your life, not just money. So let's see. Lack of knowledge. Okay, so take time to learn. So you could be still in the learning process and need more knowledge to advance. Some of you, this could also be, I heard earlier, newbie. And it could be that you're feeling like new at something and like you don't have all the skills you need. And that's okay. You know, sometimes we just need to get started, especially with all this fiery wand energy. But at the same time, if you're not feeling it's right and you need to study up on something or learn, then, you know, by all means, now is an indication to go ahead and do that, because when you expand your knowledge, you have power to achieve more things. And when, you know, and confidence is power. Confidence is, you know, that energy that kind of gives us the okay, you know, to like go ahead and do what we want to do and follow those dreams and create them. So find an area of your life where you lack knowledge, or identify a skill you'd like to improve before beginning your journey. So I feel as though March really is a preparatory month. It's like you're getting things in order. Maybe you're organizing. Some of you are, you know, focusing on clearing and cleansing so that you can welcome in, you know, spring, more towards the end of the month, or well, depending on where you are in the world, spring. But you know, and just kind of getting things all situated for what's to come. I don't know that it's gonna, you know, you're going to get the indication of the fresh and clean and new in March, but as far as it really fully unfolding and blossoming, it could. I'm just actually getting it could take till May. They're telling me. If you remember when I did the 2025 reading on this channel, the first half of the year felt totally different than the second half. And it was kind of like the first half was like, blah, 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 you know, like, oh, hold the vision and get ready and get ready and get ready. And then finally, it came to, let's see, I'm looking right now. Yeah, I'm like, don't let the past hold you back. You had some luck here in April. You had the Chariot card in April. So we're moving forward. And then there's like, in May, there's communication, manifestation, but you know, you might have something with a person there. But then June, working through some fears, there's a hidden blessing, moving on for good from something. And by July, it's like you have really resolved some sort of main primary issue, or you're really, you're in it. You've moved, you've gotten your office space, you've done whatever it is you're going to do. And you're reaching a resolution, you're reaching a goal. So that's like, that was the buildup for the year. I'll include that reading on the very end screen of this video. You can see it'll say Libra 2025. You can check it out there. But this is so in line with that reading, as far as, you know, where we are in the stages of the year, and things are building. You know, things are building. So what else do we have? Any other block to release or focus on? 2 came out. Oh, 2, 3. Okay. So do not give up too easily. Awaken the warrior. And that's total Aries energy. So awaken that warrior. Don't fear the failure, okay? Because everybody has to be new at some point. And copying successful people could backfire. So make sure you're not copying other people. Be yourself, discover your genius, find what makes you unique, and discover the genius that resides in you, because success comes from fierce originality, not imitation. They say, oh, imitation is flattery. Well, not if it's an exact copy. That's just annoying, right? All right, so giving up easily and fear of success. So if you quit before the miracle happens, you'll never get to see your victory. So even if it becomes very difficult to hold on, fight till your last breath, as the road to success is never easy. All things are working for your good. Now, remember, I was getting off that Queen of Pentacles. I don't remember the exact words they gave me. It was channeled, but it was something to the effect of give it your all and what was it? Anyway, you'd have to go back. You probably remember. I don't remember. I'm so into this right now. But it was like giving it your all and not bagging down or something like that. So that's very in line with this card. I go by the energy, not necessarily the words that were spoken. So like I can't remember the words, but I remember that energy. Okay. Fear of failure, attempting to avoid failure is making you miss out on opportunities. Possibly. You'll know if that's for you. So embrace failure. You will undoubtedly experience it on the path to success, but don't let it dissuade you from making things happen that might not have otherwise if you were just frozen in fear. You have this chance for something new. You absolutely do. You have sunshine coming in, and it's coming in this month. It's, you know, the month of March. It's just, again, month of March, it's a little tricky. It's you're going, yeah, where there going to be tests and lessons? I would say so, but when is there not? And I just get that we're getting so much, we're like inching so much closer to this, things really happening, that it's like, oh, we just have a little more ways to go. I'm getting this sort of like a 9 of Wands energy, like, oh, we're almost there. This is good. Can hang on a little bit longer. Sure, I hung on this long. You already weren't it this long. You might as well go a little more. All right, what else do we have here? Anything else? Oh, actually, what's this card? Oh, yes, Judgment. Again, I was getting like 9 of Wands, Judgment. It's, again, right up, right next to that World card. Just, you're so close to that World card, that completion here when you have Judgment, right? So sacrifices here. And what parts of yourself, what old habits, what old parts of yourself are you willing to give up in order to have something much better, much more true to you? All right. You could be, really renegotiating something too. You could be making a call on something. A lot of you, oh, okay, okay. They also told me, tell her to answer the call, or him. You got to answer the call. So there's something about answer the call. Okay. It could be a literal call, or you're going to make a call, an important call. So whatever it is, do it. There's something about calling. Okay. Call, accept the call, or it could be like your higher calling. Okay, so something about that. But there's clarity here. There's a final decision. It's a wake up call to your life's purpose for some of you. All right, that's what that is. So this can very much have to do with your career and your finances. So we've looked at, anything kind of like blocks to your abundance. Let's look at like other blessings maybe coming in. This is a money and job card or deck. I don't really know who manufactures it. It's anyway. Okay, an internship. Some of you, again, it's sort of like the learning phases. Okay, it's something at entry level, exactly. Some of you are getting a chance at something new, and you might even say to yourself, "Really? They chose me? Interesting. Really? That's who they wanted." Money tree. Okay, so you have some indication of blessings coming in. This is really good. All right. Need I say more here? Let's see. Anything else? Blessing or block here coming in for March. And advice from Spirit. What do we have? A follow up. I've just added and advice from Spirit. And what do we have? Follow up. Now, most of these are not action cards in this deck. So you're heading in the right direction with something here, but it is important that you keep at it and follow up. Okay. And give it the little extra finishing touches here. All right. Some of you actually are getting ready for retirement or to resign too. What's that all about? Negotiating. Okay. You could be negotiating your severance package or something like that. We're hiring, job search. Okay. So again, there's more negotiations. I was getting negotiation from Judgment card here. And remember that you're not begging, you're not desperate. They want me to tell you that you're not desperate. What's this? Okay, performance evaluation here. You could be renegotiating your bonus or something. You could be feeling micromanaged too, unfortunately, I'm saying for some of you. Keep receipts. Again, documentation is going to be so important with regard to anything this month, okay? Some of you are also going to be working on credit repair and getting that. Let's get you some fortune cookies. You know what? But first, I want to get a few love messages here for March. Oh, if this time always flies by. If you enjoy this reading, please do hit the thumbs up for me and subscribe and consider membership. All right, thank you. And thanks to all of my members. I appreciate you very much. So relationships wise, love or, romantic, whatever, uh, there's 6 of Pentacles here. Okay, so really the give and take. Okay. This can be anything from on the bottom of the card, it says, gold digger to somebody who is always giving and giving that, and you could be either side of that, so this is a supportive relationship, right? How ideal would that be? 6 of Swords, yeah. And there's, for some of you, it's the drifting apart, the moving on. There's just a focus on, I just want to be happy. I just want like the basics. I am hearing that message right now for some of you. Some of you could feel as though you're moving on or drifting apart. Let's get a card on that 6 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. So this is giving something a little more time, okay, with something, and then make the decision. I feel like, okay, that's, yeah, Temperance. So having a little more patience with a certain situation, that's the advice there. And then we have with the 6 of Swords, then you have Temperance. They're actually telling me sometimes we have to walk away in order to get back together. That's like, so I know it's such a strange message, but it's almost like one thing you could do is like get creative about how you're going to address this in the relationship. They're giving me this sort of this thing about, like, for some of you, maybe now this is going to resonate with maybe one person, okay, so just leave it if it's not yours though, but it might be yours, and hopefully it helps. If you're in a long-term committed relationship right now, and say you're married or you have a child, and you're thinking, oh boy, you might feel in March, oh, that's it, I'm done, enough's enough, because I've been getting that energy. So either party could feel that. You could feel like, oh, that's it, we're done, I'm done, that's it. And maybe you are, but if you're not 100% sure, and you don't want to make a big decision this month in March, you could try something a little, like stay with some friends for a week, or a sister or your cousin or whatever, like maybe spend some time apart. If you can't stay somewhere else, maybe just create some distance and get your clarity, and make a decision there, because it's really, sometimes it's like all we needed was a break, not a complete give up, right? So sometimes, so that could actually be beneficial for some of you, time apart, okay? So that, I hope that helps you with that. Anything else? We have a Knight of Swords and we have an Ace of Swords. Okay, someone could be trying to move too fast. All right, that's clear right here. This is someone trying to move too fast. And also, if that's that same person, as far as like trying to quickly fix something, give it time. Let things play out. There is an energy of that. Like, just, it might be hard to not be able to fix something up right away, but things worth waiting for. It's not going to happen overnight anyway, right? Okay, so try to keep your cool with it, is what I'm getting. The Hermit, yep, needing space. I keep getting that message. I think I'm on the same story. Oh my, look at this. So you have, yeah, because someone, here's the thing, okay, and I feel like I'm only talking to certain people right now, but if somebody wants their space, or if it's you who wants the space, it's not anything that, like, just try not to stress about it, because then you're like kind of making the situation harder, by stressing about it. Instead, realize, yeah, this is a turning point for sure, but we still don't know yet, right? So give the people, you take your space, or allow them to have their space during this, okay? During this time, there is something that's like, you won't regret that, okay? There's something here about that. Now, again, I'm not a therapist, so just do what you want to do, but there is something here where you may be feeling insecure because somebody's taking their time or their space, and maybe they're just trying to get more clarity, and it's just hard for them to get clarity, and it's not so much like you that they're avoiding or something. It's just hard they could have just a lot going on. But you have double Judgment card here in this reading. So I do get, again, that you're really trying to get that clarity. With the Ace of Swords, it's going to happen. There will be the breakthrough for sure. There is a clean break this month too with something. So it's like a fresh start. So, and also this, which it could be with love, you could be restarting a relationship. You could be, and I don't usually suggest that, but you know your situation best. So that's why I feel like I'm kind of talking to like a particular person out there, okay, and not maybe the whole collective. But anyway, let's see if there's anything else love wise coming in. Anything else for maybe single people? Let's see. Nine of Wands. Yeah, slowly. Yeah, you could feel there's just a lot in the way. I feel as though you're just so tired. You don't have time for it. For some, it's going to have to make time, right? We have the King of Cups. Yeah, there is. I feel as though you're waiting for like the one. You're not settling here. And that may seem like an obvious thing to say, but it's actually not everyone's sitting around waiting for the one. Okay, I know I'm not. So yeah. Anyway, Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, happy couple, ups and downs. Okay, it's I just heard, unfortunately, I did just hear turbulent times. Relationships wise, like I said, Venus retrograde, it is not the best. And there's a lot going on in the world. And March is a weird month anyway. It's like a turning point month of its own anyway. So I just get that there could just feel like there's a lot up in the air right now. And there's, like what's meant to be will be. And I'm sorry, I'm using a trite phrase like that. And I'm not trying to be flippant, but sometimes we have to wait and see what's gonna happen, and yeah, it's letting it play out. But I do feel that some of you, this is yeah, you have, okay, Five of Swords. Yeah. Pay attention to red flags. Okay. Don't ignore them. If you have like a list or a pile of red flags about somebody, that alone is a red flag. You have enough information to walk away. And there's the Ace of Wands. There's going to be something better. Okay. Some of you really do. It's about time, right? I feel as though I'm not even going to just say March though. I'm going to say, within the next 6 months, there's love coming in. Okay. That Ace of Wands. And, yeah, it could be somebody that's not, it could even be something where you start as friends, or like the person's not someone you would normally date. That I'm kind of getting that, but there's something where you hit it off. All right. What else? Fortune Cookies here by Sharina Starr. This deck was by Midnight Oracle. I don't know the name of it. It's not on the back, but the other one was Midnight Oracle. This one is Manifestations. Yay. All right, so you have new manifestations. This is there for some of you. This is big. March is a big. It's going to be a hefty month anyway. So get your rest, eat your vitamins, whatever you do. Take your vitamins, eat your Wheaties. I don't know. Just kidding. All right, so you have reflection here. Friendships in your life may come to an end, but others will blossom and become stronger. Yeah, it's going to be the ups and the downs. As I said, if I'm just going to give it a funny name, yep, mixed bag. It's a mixed bag in March. Jealousy here. Yeah, we've got, maybe that could be why you end in a relationship with somebody, jealousy. What else do we have? We have signs. Yep. Okay. So your future direction will reveal itself. Any doubts and confusions will disappear. It will. I really do feel this. I believe it. I think we're going to, I think a lot of you need to trust your intuition. Okay. So this is also a great time to learn a new skill too. Okay. Just, you might have some downtime in March, actually, if you believe that. All right. So what else do we have? You have your number 444. We have our high vibe. Is there a question or so that we haven't asked? And then we'll get an animal card and maybe a couple other messages. Let's see. Oh, all right. So this is the, what's it called? Tarot's Lil Sidekick by Get a Girl. And they're question cards. It's funny. I actually thought of coming up with this kind of deck myself. That was the deck I was going to come up with, and now they've come up with it. So I could still do my own, right? I mean, how many decks are there out there? Tons. How can I attract and ignite a connection with blank? So ask the question in your head, pause the video if you need to, and I'll get you some cards. So fill in the blank there. How can I attract and ignite a connection with spirit, with my son, with my hobby, with work, whatever it may be? Let's get a Maruka X, future higher self. Here's the deck. 2 cards. Financial security. So finances may actually be a primary concern right now, or something to be focusing on. And there's still time to change the road you're on. It's never too late. So you may have some habits you need to change. It could affect work. or someone's work could be affecting a relationship. So get the finances in order is the advice here. Focus on why. Ask yourself why you're doing something too. If you're not really into it, is the money really that important? Let's get another one of these. These are interesting. What is the relationship's current energy? Now, ask about any person, boss, anybody. There's more to know than what you currently know. So you do, yeah, there is more to know. Give us a little more, please. It was a necessary ending so you can pursue the life you're destined to leave. Leave the past behind. Ooh, all right. Some of you may have had a big answer there. One more. Oh, this is all about love, huh? What is the romantic potential of this relationship? Oh, goodness. All right. You're stepping into your highest divine life path. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Well, if you asked about the same person, that's a mixed message, but let's get a clarifier. You're a lot tougher than you think you are. There you go. There is this message about like letting something go, let it be, and if it's meant to be, it'll return or something like that. Okay. So, or for some of you, you're getting a second chance at an opportunity, but it's with totally new energy. There may even be new people involved that weren't there before. Let's get an Intuit Angel Oracle card. The Intuit Angel Oracle. Who do we want to call upon this month? Oh my goodness, we get Phanuel a lot. Thank you, Angel Phanuel. This is the Angel of Hope and Peace, card 43. Fights evil, light wins, powerful force. Break free, have confidence, have faith and trust. I ignite the power of hope in your heart to help you gain victory over evil in order to establish peace in your life. And this is a yes card. And if you're curious about a gemstone that could help you this month, other than aquamarine, tiger's eye. All right, so look into tiger's eye, possibly, if that's what you want to do. I don't want to tell you what to do, but all right, let's see. Oh, we already did that. Oh, animal. Okay, here we are. And if you're curious about more about March and you want a kind of a follow-up to this or a different take on this, check out Schoolhouse Messages. All right. And subscribe over there, and then you'll be able to see me 5 times a week instead of just 3. Because I post over there Wednesday, Saturday. Here I post Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. All right. So Bear, Transcendence, card 19, solar plexus chakra, all about the will, the I can, I will, and I do, right? So you're equipped to overcome any obstacles that are in your way. Don't back down. You have the strength and support to resolve this situation now. That is what one more. There's one more. Elephant, root chakra direction. Card 7. Yeah, card 7, Chariot. Interesting. Its direction. Place your feet firm on the ground and connect with the earth element. New clarity manifests as you get out of your head and into your body. Yes, March is a month that's, as I said, it's a mixed bag, but it's also fresh, new ideas, possibly people, and just energy overall. It's fresh, it's clean, it's new, it's lemony fresh. So it'll be lemony fresh. How about that? Okay. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate you. And thanks so much again to my members. I hope you're enjoying the bonus content and all that. And take care, everyone.